reinvigorating local communities and contributing to their rivers. The rapidly declining birth rate, aging population, and migration out of rural areas into urban ones are big problems for Japan. It's going to be exceedingly difficult to solve them, but that's why we need the power of the younger generation.
Hello everyone, my name is Takehito Oka and I am a third year student in the Department of Contemporary Japanese Studies at Kogakukan University. I live in Takabuku, which is a part of Misono town in Ise City. It still has streets lined with old houses and we can feel the history there. This is the third spring since I entered this university. I stayed in a student dormitory for the first 2 years, but I started to live in an apartment alone from last month. Spring vacation has ended, a new school term has started, and my classmates all seem to have successfully become third-year students. Beginning this year, we will be joining the project. The project is Kogakukan University's television station, where students make programs about local regions. We were filled with excitement by having new cameras and the latest equipment in order to edit videos. We all discussed the TV programs that we should make. However, I had already decided what I wanted to do, and it is why I decided to live in Takabuku.
Okashira means head and Shinji means shrine ritual. Okashira Shinji is a kind of lion dance done in Misono town's Takabuku. It takes place on New Year's Day according to the old lunar calendar. It's a fire festival for brave men. Takabuku has a population of approximately 3,500 people, and there are 1,400 homes. It's a town along the Miyagi River next to the Route 23 bypass. Takabuku Grand Shrine is in one corner of the town. The deity of the shrine is Oyamatsumi no Kami. Its name contains the word Yama, which suggests it is the deity of the mountains. However, the tradition at this shrine says it is the deity of the sea as well. As Takabuku lies along the banks of the Miyagi River, I think this is a fitting deity for it. There used to be another shrine. It was named Kabura Shrine, but it was joined together with Takabuku Grand Shrine in the Meiji period. Now, all that is left of it is this monument. One of the biggest festivals at the two shrines was Takabuku Okashira Shinji. Takabuku Okashira Shinji has 800 years of history, and it is designated as an important intangible cultural heritage in Japan. After the dance, the Okashira, or head of the lion, makes his rounds of each house while the men call out. The Okashira is moved to the meeting hall in the center of the town, and the dance continues. Another Okashira joins it, and the men shake them strongly. When I first saw them, I thought that Okashira Shinji was full of mystery. There's a helpful professor at Kogakukan, Professor Sakurai, who knows a lot about the folklore of the district. We visited his office. When I was a student like you, I researched about Okashira Shinji and copied an old record which was preserved in Jingu Bunko archives. My handwriting was very poor back then, but here it is. I got interested in Okashira Shinji because I was impressed by Professor Sakurai's enthusiasm for researching about it.
Okashira Shinji has been passed on for 800 years. The practice of shaking the Okashira didn't exist only in the Takabuki area, but also existed in the residential district near Geku in Ise City. Shishimai or lion dancing exists in many places in Japan, but Shishimai with shaking of the Okashira exists today only in Takabuku. It is a nationally designated important intangible cultural property. After thoroughly researching Okashira Shinji, I picked up my microphone and went to Takabuku town to interview the local people.
Is there anyone here from Takabuku?
If you include Shinko, I am.
What grade are you in elementary school?
I'm a third-year student.
Do you want to shake the Okashira?
I want to shake it powerfully, and I want people to be impressed by my shaking.
Is there a person who has taken part in the Shinji in your family?
My father played the flute.
What do you think is good about the Shinji?
Carrying the Okashira.
How did they carry the Okashira?
They moved about violently. Right? They shake it a lot, like this.
I looked forward to it. I made sushi and zenzai at that time. We had little food and rarely ate sushi.
Is there a difference between the Shinji now and then?
It's the same. It's been this way for 800 years.
How are the men who joined the Shinji in Takabuku seen?
After all, it's very interesting because we were accustomed to seeing it from childhood. We were born, brought up, and have always lived here. At night, if we listened to the sound of Okashira's music, we were absolutely excited.
The children who were born in our house see the Shinji from the time they come of age, so they have to keep this going. They have to do it. They learn it in their heads and bodies. So, without much pain, the dancers and musicians are brought up.
I'm not sure how well I can play, but I try to surpass my predecessors.
Well, before the Shinji, my husband practices playing the flute for it. And the Shinji is approaching, he gets more enthusiastic. On that day, at the Shinji each year, my husband wearing a hakama looks wonderful.
I visited the representative of Takabuku because I wanted to know about Okashira Shinji's various roles.
Through Okashira Shinji, local people can connect with one another, both young and old. I have joined Okashira Shinji every year as one of the flute players for 40 years too. The generation of performers who taught me are now in their 70s and 80s. Nowadays, the youth who play the flute or shake the head are 22 or 23 years old. They are about the same age as our children. We also have a connection with them. It is through performing Okashira Shinji that the connection is made. From the perspective of the people of Takabuku, these connections can exist in our community thanks to Okashira Shinji.
I heard about the importance of the performance roles from Mr. Tsujimura, who is the representative of Takabuku. Only when all the performers are gathered does the ceremony come into existence. If anyone is missing, they can't protect the 800-year-old tradition. In ancient times, the continuation of the ceremony was a way of uniting human society. The most interesting thing for me is how youths are organized in the youth group called the Kyoseidan. The Kyoseidan consists of men from 16 to 30 years old, and it is the center of the ceremony. I asked how they stick to the tradition, even though members are digressing year after year.
Holding it once a year is a good thing. I wait anxiously for it, and I love the Shinji. On the day, I leave my home dressed in a kimono and wooden geta shoes. As soon as I do, I can tell the atmosphere is different and I feel refreshed. When I hear the sound of taiko drums playing at the place where the performance will occur, I know it's time.
Thanks to the Shinji, I came to like Kabuku, and also I don't want to leave the area where I live. I have affection for it and pride in it. Okashira Shinji is the main thing.
Unlike the others, I was not born in Takabuku. I moved here in early childhood. Even so, after I began participating in the Shinji, people from the local community began to recognize me.
This last time, as a group leader, I put in an appearance at the dance practice when I had time. I didn't know what is good or what is bad, because I haven't performed the dance, but I wanted my team members to feel encouraged to work hard by my presence. The important thing about continuing the tradition is that it creates connections in the community. Even if the elderly work hard to do the Shinji, they will pass away someday. There are many things that young men have to do as well. A strong will is the key, because there are few members.
どれだけ強い気持ちでいるかっていうのが大事になってくると思うんで、人数は少ない中ではありますけど、そういう気持ちが大事なのかなと思います。
The last part of the Shinji, which continues until midnight, is the Okata dance. There are happy voices from the young, who keep shaking the Okashira heart, while sparks burn from the bonfire in the night sky in Takabuku.
Please allow me to express a word of thanks. I represent the group. It's just my personal opinion. But I love Okashira Shinji. I hope you will cooperate and keep the Okashira Shinji going forever. 8th of February 2014, the group leader, Takuma Tsujimura.
Tradition of Okashira Shinji is passed on by young people. I'm proud of the town where I live, Takabuku. Even though times change, some things do not. Because it doesn't change, its importance remains. Finding traditions like this one is our mission as young people.
Beginning with this program, I want to work together with the staff and do your best to make the Kogakukan University television station a success. Thank you very much.